Hey folks, and welcome back to the Common Kitchen. Today we'll be making one of my favorite foods, pizza. I'm currently in the process of making the biga or starter for my pizza dough. I'm mixing together some flour, yeast, and water until a shaggy ball forms, which I'm then going to tightly cover with plastic wrap and let sit at room temperature overnight or up to 24 hours, allowing it to ferment and develop flavor. It's the next day, as you can tell by my differently colored shirt, so let's make our dough. Scrape your biga into the bowl of a food processor and add some bread flour, sugar, yeast, and cold water. By the way, this water isn't dirty. I was lazy and used the measuring cup that I used for the biga. Don't judge. Put the top on your food processor. Clean off the flour you didn't realize was there before. Revel in your newly clean kitchen. Turn on the food processor and make a bigger mess than before. Process until a shaggy ball of dough forms and let sit for 10 minutes. Add kosher salt and a few tablespoons of olive oil through the feed tube. Replace the tube and process for 1 to 2 minutes or until a smooth, silky, and supple ball of dough forms. The dough will be very tacky, but will become easier to work with after it has rested. Generously grease a medium bowl with a few tablespoons of olive oil. Transfer the dough to the bowl. Drizzle the top with some more olive oil. Cover tightly with plastic wrap and let rest in your fridge at least overnight or up to 3 days. The longer the dough rests, the more flavor it will develop and the easier it will be to work with. And it's finally pizza day. We'll start by tossing together some peeled garlic cloves with kosher salt and a few tablespoons of olive oil, preferably extra virgin. Press a large piece of aluminum foil into a 6-ounce ramekin, pour garlic into the ramekin, wrap up tightly, and roast for 35 to 45 minutes or until softened and brown. Divide dough into 2 equally sized pieces, form into discs, cover with a tea towel, and let rest for at least 30 minutes at room temperature. Meanwhile, preheat your oven to 550 degrees Fahrenheit. Dust a pizza peel generously with semolina flour, and dust the dough with all-purpose flour. Now it's time to actually make the pizzas. Take one of the discs of dough and stretch out to roughly 10 inches. Move your knuckles under the dough and gently stretch out until very thin. Be careful not to tear the dough as you stretch it. I apologize for the camera angle, by the way, but I didn't realize I was partially out of shot until I began editing. Drop the dough onto your peel and stretch out a bit more, as the dough will retract a bit when you put it down. Be sure to leave a slightly thicker edge for the crust. Spread a healthy amount of sauce on the dough, leaving a 1-inch border on all sides. Top with some freshly grated whole milk mozzarella. Brush the edge with some olive oil and transfer to your oven. I'll explain why those sheet pans are there in my blog post, which I'll drop a link to in the comments. Let the pizza cook for 10 to 15 minutes or until the cheese is bubbly and the pie looks something like this. Remove from the oven and let sit for 5 minutes as we move on to pie number 2. Mash together your roasted garlic with some ricotta until well combined and spread onto your stretched dough. Top with mozzarella and a generous sprinkling of Parmesan. Brush the crust with olive oil and bake. Cut the pizza into quarters or sixths or eighths and serve. And there you have it, a hallmark of Italian-American cuisine perfected for the home cook. I really hope you try this. I love it, and I know you will too. So, until next time, eat well, be well, enjoy, and thanks for watching.